Children, today we are going to begin Chapter 11, Algebra. We use algebra quite frequently in our everyday life and without even realizing it. Suppose you have to buy 5 Tetra packs of juice for rupees 20 per pack, 3 breads for rupees 35 each, and a bottle of jam for rupees 155. And you want to know how much money you will need to take to the grocery store. Children, we will use algebra to solve the problem easily and quickly. So let's take the price of 1 Tetra pack of juice as A, and it is rupees 20. The price of 1 bread as B, which is equal to rupees 35. And the price of 1 bottle of jam as C, which is equal to rupees 155. Now the price of 5 Tetra packs of juice is 5A. The price of 3 breads is 3B. And the price of 1 bottle of jam is equal to C. To find the money needed, we reunite all the prices. And we get here 5A plus 3B plus C. And we replace A by its price, which is rupees 20, B by rupees 35, and C by rupees 155. So let's write 5 into 20 plus 3 into 35 plus 155. Solve the brackets and we get here 100 plus 105 plus 155. On adding, we get 360. So children, rupees 360 you will need to take to the grocery store. Now, the word algebra comes from the Arabic word algebr, which translates to reunion of broken parts. As we have seen in the above example, when we reunited all the prices. Algebra is a branch of mathematics which uses numerals from 0 to 9, signs of basic operations, plus, minus, multiplication, division, and letters of English alphabet to represent some unknown term or to generalize a result or pattern. Let's look at the following example to understand how result or pattern is generalized. On her birthday, Sanya wants to distribute 2 toffees to each student of her class. Now let's make a table and write in one column number of students and in the second column number of toffees. If there is 1 student, number of toffees required is 2 into 1, which is 2. If there are 2 students, number of toffees required is 2 into 2, which is 4. If there are 3 students, the number of toffees required is 2 into 3, which is 6. If there are 4 students, number of toffees required is 2 into 4, which is equal to 8, and so on. Now children, we can generalize the rule. So we observe here that 2 remains same as Sanya has to distribute 2 toffees to each student. And here 1, 2, 3, 4 represent number of students. So if there are n number of students, the number of toffees required will be 2 into n, which is equal to 2n. So here 2n is the general rule. So if there are 47 children in the class, Sanya will require 2 into 47 toffees, which is equal to 94 toffees. Now let's consider another example. Sameer decides to make patterns of square using matchsticks as shown below. And we want to generalize the rule. Now we will make two rows. In one we will write number of squares and in the other we will write number of matchsticks used. Now if we have one square, the number of matchstick used by Sameer is 4. So we write here, for one square, number of matchsticks used is 4. If he makes two squares, then the number of matchsticks used is 7. If there are 3 squares, the number of matchsticks used is 10. And if there are 4 squares, the number of matchsticks used is 13. And if there are 5 squares, the number of matchsticks used is 16. And if there are 6 squares, the number of matchsticks used is 19. Now children, we can generalize the pattern. So here 4 can be written as 3 into 1 plus 1. 7 can be written as 3 into 2 plus 1. 10 can be written as 3 into 3 plus 1. Then 13 can be written as 3 into 4 plus 1. 16 can be written as 3 into 5 plus 1, and so on. So here we observe that this 3 remains same for any number of squares, and here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 represents number of squares made, and this one also remains the same. So if there are n number of squares, then the number of matchsticks used are 3 into n plus 1, which is equal to 3n plus 1. So this is the general rule. So you can find out for any number of squares. So suppose you have to find out for 12 squares. So for 12 squares, the number of matchsticks used will be 3 into 12 plus 1, which is equal to 36 plus 1, which is equal to 37 matchsticks. I hope you have understood how to generalize a pattern or a result. Now, let's understand the following terms. Literals or variables. These are the letters used to represent unknown quantities or values. Now, since the value of literal is not fixed, it can vary, so they are called variables. Constant is the quantity representing a fixed numerical value. So all the numerals are constants. For example, 100, 9, 50, and so on. Algebraic expression are formed by meaningful combination of variables, constants, and operators. Now let's consider an example of algebraic expression. Kavya has 15 pencils more than Seema. So Seema has X pencils. Then Kavya has 15 more pencils than Seema. So it is X plus 15 pencils. So here X plus 15 is an algebraic expression. And here X represents variable, plus is the operator, and 15 is the constant. Now let's take another example. Rahul is n years old, Narendra is twice as old as Rahul, and Renu is 2 years younger than Narendra. You have to express Renu's age as an algebraic expression. So here Rahul's age is given as n years and Narendra's age is twice the age of Rahul, so it is 2n. And Renu is 2 years younger than Narendra, so we have to subtract 2 years from the age of Narendra. So we get 2n minus 2 years. So here 2n minus 2 is an algebraic expression. And here x plus 15 is the algebraic expression. So children, I hope you have understood how to write an algebraic expression. Now for worksheet question, find the rule which gives the number of matchsticks required to make the pattern by putting the following letters S and A next to one another in a sequence and use a variable to write the rule. Thank you and stay safe.